You've been working, commuting, parenting, adulting, whatever. You're done, you have nothing left, and you're hungry. You open the fridge, there's some chicken, there's some vegetables, but they need to be cooked. They need effort, they need time you don't have. So you open your phone, you open a delivery app, and 15 minutes later, $32 poorer, a driver drops off a bag of food that cost the restaurant about $4 to make. You eat it on the couch while scrolling your phone. You don't even taste it. You just consume it. And you tell yourself, it's fine. It's just one night. I deserve it. I worked hard. Tomorrow, you'll do it again. Or you'll grab fast food on the way home. Or you'll hit the drive-thru at lunch because you forgot to pack something. And here's the thing, you're not wrong. You do deserve it. You do work hard. The problem isn't the $32 tonight. The problem is the $32 tonight times 250 nights a year times 40 years. The problem is the compound interest of convenience. But it's worse than that, because that $32 isn't just leaving your bank account, it's entering someone else's. And those someones? They own the companies selling you that food. They own the companies making you crave it. They own the companies that will profit from your health problems later. There's a reason the stock market loves it when you eat poorly. There's a reason ultra-processed food is everywhere. It's not an accident. It's not a failure of willpower. It's a business model. And you're not just a customer, you're the product. My name is James, and I spend way too much time thinking about the intersection of nutrition, corporate profits, and personal finance. If you're someone who tries to eat healthy but finds yourself trapped by convenience, cost, and cravings, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Most people think investing is about picking stocks or timing the market. The truth? It's about what you keep. And what you keep includes your money, your health, and your future earning potential. I'm building a community at the Frugal Investor newsletter where we strip away the hype and focus on high-impact, low-cost wealth building. Get your copy, the 15-day blueprint for wealth and financial autonomy, and join a group of like-minded investors who prioritize long-term gains over short-term trends. Link is in the description. Let's start with the lie we've all been sold. That unhealthy food is cheaper. Walk into a fast food restaurant. You can get a burger, fries, and a drink for $6. Walk into a grocery store. A pound of chicken is $5. A bag of broccoli is $3. Rice is $2. On paper, the fast food looks cheaper. It looks like the economically rational choice. But here's what most people don't realize. That $6 meal isn't cheaper. It's just priced differently. The true cost is deferred. It's hidden. It's shifted onto you, onto the healthcare system, onto your future self. Let's look at the actual economics. According to the USDA, the average American spends about 11% of their disposable income on food. That's actually lower than many other countries. But within that 11%, there's a massive divergence. The lowest income households spend a higher percentage on fast food and processed food than higher income households. Why? Because it's convenient, because it's marketed to them, because fresh food spoils and shelf-stable processed food doesn't. But here's the kicker. A study published in the BMJ, British Medical Journal, found that the healthiest diets cost about $1.50 more per day than the unhealthiest diets. That's $550 a year. That's nothing. That's a rounding error in the average household budget. So if it's only $1.50 more per day, why don't people eat healthier? Because it's not about the money, it's about the system. Now, let's talk about who's on the other side of that transaction. When you buy a fast food meal, where does that money go? A small piece goes to the teenager behind the counter. A small piece goes to the farmer who grew the beef. A small piece goes to the landlord who owns the building. But a big piece goes to the shareholders. And who are the shareholders? Their pension funds, their retirement accounts, their endowments. They're the wealthy. They're the people who own the means of production. The largest fast food companies, McDonald's, Yum, brands KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, restaurant brands International, Burger King, Tim Hortons, are publicly traded. Their stock prices are driven by revenue growth, and their revenue grows when you buy more of their food. Let's look at McDonald's. In 2023, they reported revenues of over $25 billion. Their stock price has increased over 800% in the last 20 years. If you'd invested $10,000 in McDonald's in 2003, you'd have over $90,000 today. That's a 9x return. Who funded that return? You did. Every time you bought a Big Mac, you sent a tiny dividend to every McDonald's shareholder. You made them richer. Now let's look at the healthcare side. The companies that treat the diseases caused by poor diet, also publicly traded. Pharmaceutical companies, hospital chains, insulin manufacturers, they love it when you get sick. It's good for business. Novo Nordisk, the company that makes Ozempic and Wegovy, has seen its stock price explode as obesity rates have risen. They're literally profiting from the consequences of the food system. You're getting hit twice. First, you pay for the food that makes you sick. Then you pay for the medication to treat the sickness. And in both cases, the money flows up to the same class of people, the shareholders, the wealthy, the ones who own the system. Let's do the math that nobody does, the math that will make you sick. Let's say you're 25 years old. You eat fast food or order delivery 3 times a week. Average cost per meal, $15. It's probably higher, but let's be conservative. That's $45 a week, $2,340 a year. Now let's say you invest that money instead. You take the $45 a week and put it in an S&P 500 index fund. Historical average return, about 10% before inflation. Let's use 8% to be conservative. You do this from age 25 to age 65, 40 years. At 8% return, $45 a week becomes $2,340 a year, invested annually, compounding. The formula is ugly, but I'll give you the number. After 40 years, you would have approximately $650,000. $650,000 from skipping 3 fast food meals a week. Now let's add the healthcare cost, because you're not just saving the cost of the food, you're also potentially reducing your future healthcare expenses. According to the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, poor diet is a leading risk factor for chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. The lifetime medical costs for a person with diabetes are about $85,000 higher than for a person without diabetes, according to a study in Diabetes Care. Heart disease. The American Heart Association estimates the lifetime cost can exceed $200,000 in medical expenses and lost wages. So let's add it up. Lost investment opportunity from food spending, $650,000. Potential increased health care costs, $100,000, conservative estimate. Lost productivity, sick days, reduced energy, priceless, but let's say another $50,000 in career impact. We're talking about nearly $1 million. $1 million over your lifetime that is directly tied to what you put in your mouth. That $6 burger isn't cheap. It's the most expensive thing you'll ever buy. Now let's talk about the brain. Because if the math is this clear, why do we keep doing it? It's not because you're weak. It's because you're being manipulated. The food industry has spent billions of dollars engineering products that are scientifically designed to be irresistible. They've found the bliss point, the perfect combination of sugar, fat, and salt that lights up your brain's reward center like a Christmas tree. When you eat ultra-processed food, your brain releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter involved in addiction, the same one triggered by drugs, gambling, and social media notifications. You're not choosing the burger because you're hungry. You're choosing it because your brain has been conditioned to crave it. And here's the cruel irony. The more you eat these foods, the more you need to get the same satisfaction. Your taste buds adapt. Your dopamine receptors downregulate. You need more sugar, more salt, more fat to get the same hit. This is why diets fail. This is why willpower isn't enough. You're fighting against a multi-billion-dollar industry that knows exactly how to push your buttons. I remember talking to a friend who was trying to lose weight. He said, "James, I know I shouldn't eat this. I know it's bad for me, but I can't stop. It's like something takes over." And he was right. Something does take over. It's his lizard brain hijacked by food scientists who know more about his neurochemistry than he does. Let's zoom out, because this isn't just about individual choices. It's about the structure of the economy. Why is healthy food often more expensive? Why is it harder to find? Why is it marketed less aggressively? Because there's no money in it. Fresh vegetables have low profit margins. They spoil quickly. They can't be patented. They can't be branded. A carrot is a carrot is a carrot. But a Dorito, that's a branded, patented, highly processed product with a long shelf life and a huge marketing budget. The margins are enormous. The repeat purchases are guaranteed. The addiction is built in. According to a report by the Access to Nutrition Initiative, the world's largest food companies spend billions of dollars marketing unhealthy products, particularly to children and low-income communities. They know that if they can hook you young, they have a customer for life. This is where it gets really interesting. The same companies that sell you the junk food often own the healthy brands too. They've consolidated the market. They own the organic labels. They own the diet brands. They own the weight loss programs. They profit from you being sick, and they profit from you trying to get healthy. It's a hedge. It's a closed loop. Think about it. You eat McDonald's for 20 years. You get diabetes. You start buying Novo Nordisk stock. No, you start buying their drugs. You're paying them to treat the condition they helped create. Let me tell you a story about two families. We'll call them the Johnsons and the Garcias. The Johnsons are busy. Both parents work. Kids have activities. Dinner is often fast food, takeout, or processed frozen meals. It's convenient. It's what everyone does. They spend about $1,200 a month on food, mostly restaurants and delivery. The Garcias are also busy, but they've made different choices. They cook at home. They meal prep on Sundays. They buy whole ingredients. They spend about $800 a month on groceries and very little on restaurants. That's a $400 a month difference, $4,800 a year. The Johnsons look at the Garcias and think, "They're so disciplined, we could never do that." The Garcias look at the Johnsons and think, "They're throwing money away." Now let's fast forward 30 years. The Johnsons have eaten themselves into health problems. Dad has high blood pressure. Mom is pre-diabetic. Their healthcare costs are through the roof. Their retirement savings are thin because they never invested that $4,800 a year. The Garcias are healthy. Their kids learn to cook. Their healthcare costs are minimal, and that $4,800 a year they saved, they invested it. At 8% return for 30 years, that's over $600,000. The Garcias aren't richer because they earned more. They're richer because they kept more, and they kept more because they made different choices about food. Okay, so you're convinced. You want out. You want to stop funding the system that's killing you and robbing you. How do you do it? Step 1, audit your food spending. For 1 month, track every dollar you spend on food, every fast food run, every coffee shop visit, every delivery order, every grocery store trip. At the end of the month, add it up. You will be shocked. Most people have no idea how much they're spending. Step 2, find your leaks. Look at the audit. Where is the money going? Is it daily coffee? Is it lunch out? Is it dinner delivery? Is it snacks? Pick one leak, just one, commit to cutting it in half. If you spend $100 a week on lunch out, commit to bringing lunch twice a week. That's $40 a week saved. Over a year, that's $2,080. Over 40 years compounded, that's over $500,000. Step 3, make cooking easy. The biggest barrier to healthy eating is not cost, it's convenience. You're tired, you're busy, you need food now. So set yourself up for success. Meal prep on Sundays, cook a big batch of something. Rice, beans, chicken, roasted vegetables, portion it out. Now you have food for the week. Keep frozen vegetables. They are almost as healthy as fresh, they don't spoil, and they cook in minutes. Invest in a slow cooker or instant pot. Throw ingredients in the morning, come home to dinner. Have a desperation meal ready. A frozen pizza is better than delivery. Canned soup with added vegetables is better than fast food. Have something you can make in 10 minutes that's not ultra-processed. Step 4, reframe your thinking. Stop thinking of healthy food as expensive. Start thinking of it as an investment. That $6 you save by not eating fast food, that's not $6. That's $60 in 20 years compounded. That's your future freedom. That's a day you won't have to work. When you look at it that way, the choice becomes clearer. Do I want a dopamine hit now, or do I want a month of retirement later? Step 5, understand the propaganda. Recognize that you're being marketed to constantly. Those ads for fast food, they're not accidents. They're designed to make you crave. They're designed to make you feel like you deserve it. When you see an ad, say to yourself, "They're trying to take my money and my health." It sounds dramatic, but it's true. Awareness is the first defense. Here's where it gets really interesting. The connection between diet and wealth goes beyond just saving money on food. There's a growing body of research showing that what you eat affects your cognitive function, your energy levels, and even your earning potential. A study published in the Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine found that employees with unhealthy diets had significantly lower productivity and higher absenteeism. Another study in the American Journal of Health Promotion found that people who eat healthy are more likely to get promoted and earn higher wages. Why? Because food affects your brain, it affects your mood, it affects your focus, it affects your energy. If you're eating processed junk all day, you're operating at 80% capacity. You're tired at 2 p.m. You're irritable, you can't concentrate, you make mistakes. You don't get the raise, you don't close the deal. If you're eating whole foods, stable blood sugar, good nutrients, you're operating at 100%. You have energy, You have focus. You have clarity. You show up better. You earn more. The wealth gap isn't just about money. It's about health, and the two compound together. The rich get healthier and the healthy get richer. The poor get sicker and the sick get poorer. It's a feedback loop, and food is at the center of it. Look, I'm not naive. I know that eating healthy is harder for some people than others. Food deserts are real. Time poverty is real. Stress is real. The system is designed to push you towards the cheap, convenient, addictive options. But here's the thing, you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be better. You don't have to never eat fast food again. You just have to eat it less. You don't have to become a gourmet chef. You just have to cook a few more meals at home. The system is rigged, but you can opt out. Not completely, none of us can, but partially, enough to make a difference. Enough to save $500,000 over your lifetime. Enough to avoid a chronic disease. Enough to have more energy, more focus, more life. Let's bring this home. That $6 burger isn't $6. It's $60 in 20 years. It's $600 in 40 years. It's a tiny piece of your future freedom traded for a few minutes of dopamine. That $32 delivery order isn't $32. It's a day of retirement. It's a week of not working at age 70. It's a choice you're making right now in real time. The stock market loves it when you eat poorly. The food companies love it. The drug companies love it. The healthcare system loves it. But you don't have to love it. You can opt out. You can take back control. You can start treating your body like the most valuable asset you'll ever own, because it is. Your 401k won't matter if you're too sick to enjoy it. Your investment returns won't matter if you're not around to spend them. Your wealth is meaningless without health. So start small. Skip one fast food meal this week. Cook one extra meal at home. Put the money you save into an investment account. Watch it grow. And in 40 years, when you're sitting on $1 million and a healthy body, you'll look back and realize that the best investment you ever made wasn't a stock or a bond. It was the decision to stop funding the system that was killing you. Thanks for watching. If you want to dive deeper into these strategies and get the actual blueprint for building wealth through smart, structural decisions, go check out the Frugal Investor newsletter. The link is in the description. Get your copy of the 15-day blueprint for wealth and financial autonomy. My name is James. Your body is your most valuable asset. Treat it like one. And I'll see you in the next one.